It is a mess here, and that really is the only way that you can describe DIA this morning. We're going on more than 340 flights that have been canceled. And of course, behind those flights are just tons of people who are trying to get home for the holidays, right? This is South Security here behind me. Take a look. It is just jam-packed. This is nothing compared to what we saw, if you remember, back on Thanksgiving when we were here, where things were moving, honestly, pretty well. I remember it was about a 2-minute wait to get through those security lines. Obviously not the case this morning, even if you are able to get through security. Besides this, the other big story this morning is all of the people who are, essentially stranded because their flights have either been delayed so much or they've been canceled. If there's one thing that you're seeing a lot of at the airport this morning, it's people huddled up on the ground, kind of just waiting for their next flight. We spoke to a couple hours ago who were going on 12 hours of traveling, more like waiting. They were coming from Bozeman, Montana, trying to get to Nashville. Flights got delayed, eventually canceled. They don't have a flight until tonight at 10 p.m., guys, and that is, with fingers crossed, hoping that all goes well. Listen to what they had to say.
It's already stressful enough with it being the holiday season. So, I don't know. Can't rent a car to go back to Bozeman. There's no flights back to Bozeman. No other flights to Nashville until I think like Christmas Eve or Christmas or like the 26th. So, stressed.
So you guys are just sitting on the ground waiting then?
Yes, hoping that 10 o'clock flight doesn't get canceled.
Really hoping that 10 o'clock flight doesn't get canceled for them either. And I mean, there's a ton of really sad people here at the airport just trying to get home for the holidays again. Some of them actually told us that it's even worse on the other side of security. They're saying that people are just kind of side by side laying on the ground there, really hoping and waiting that they're able to get on some flight. And hopefully they didn't check their bags either at some point, right? Because we've also heard from a ton of people saying that they checked their bags in at some point. No clue where their bags are now. Guys, back to you.
Oh, that is so tough.
Yeah.
If you're having to be at the airport for longer than you expect. Thank you, Veronica.
Yeah, with you. Yeah, absolutely. From the airports to the roads, some of you may be driving to your holiday destination. Might be a good idea just to hold off on that drive for a few more hours.
Yeah, maybe some of that ice can break up out there. Denver 7's Danny New is on Parker Road in Centennial, and I mean, all morning it's been a similar situation, just trying to find your lane.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see me right now. The sun just came out, as you can probably tell. Okay, now we're in a shady spot. 3, 2, 1, back to sun. But let's look at the road, right? Because this is the big question. The sun is out. It's pretty powerful, obviously, a mile up, but it's 1 degree outside. So actually, our car says -12. We're somewhere in that range. So is it melting? Maybe a little bit. Probably not, but the plows have been doing a lot of work, and as you can tell, these roads look much better. I've been checking in with you guys since 4:30, and at that point it was snowing really heavy, it was dark, the roads were all white. My mom was texting me saying, why do you have to do driving live shots? But now, Mom, check this out, all right? The sun's out, it's clear outside, we can actually see what lane we're in, so it's definitely way better for you if maybe you're trying to get to the airport like Veronica said, or maybe you just realize that Christmas is this weekend, you have to go buy the rest of the gifts for your kids, and you need to go over to Target real quick. Well, the roads are looking much better now. I should probably mention, we are on Parker Road in Centennial as we make our way back up north. We were in Castle Rock, we were in Parker, and now we're making our way into Centennial on Parker Road. So I would say overall, if you're asking me how the roads are doing, I would say much better, but still, as you can tell, plenty of snow on the roads, so probably take the car that has all-wheel drive or snow tires because there's still plenty of snow, especially on the smaller local roads that have not been plowed enough times yet. So I will send it back to you guys. That is my official report. I'll check back in with you at 8:30.
Yeah, single file driving. Glad you found the one lane that was clear there. Thank you, Danny. Well, hopefully this isn't you, but a lot of people could be waking up to pipes frozen this morning. Not to worry, we do have some advice from plumbers. They say if your faucet has stopped running water, to grab a hair dryer and start warming up the pipes that way. If that doesn't work, then plumbers recommend calling for backup.
If you do have frozen pipes, call a plumber, call us immediately. We have machines that can come out and thaw your pipes before they break. If we can get to them before it's broken, much cheaper than having drywall repair and cabinets tore out and painting and hardwood floors broken.
Oh, you can hear the bill going up as he's talking about it. Anyone who's been preparing for travel for the holiday season, leaving their home, plumbers recommend you just shut off the water at the main valve of your home and open your faucets to let all the residual water drain out.
So if you're cold when you walk outside, your pets are cold. Denver Animal Protection says now isn't the time for a long walk.
They can get some really serious burns, some frostbite on their feet, just being outside for short periods of time. Let them snuggle up on you, keep warm inside the house. It's not really a time that most dogs need to be are really going to be enjoying some outside exercise.
And the zoo is also protecting its animals. While some of them can stay out, even in these cold temps, many have been moved to their indoor enclosures.
Fortunately, we've got some of the best animal experts in the country here at the zoo. So they know exactly what the animals' needs are. They know what their kind of temperature thresholds are. We've got a few native species. So our bighorn sheep, our mountain goats, they are just as happy at 2 degrees as they are 70 degrees.
Well, and check out this picture taken by zoo volunteer Ron Bebus. This was a few days ago. The lion's still outside, but you could see its breath. Zoo Lights is canceled tonight. The zoo is canceled or closed to humans today, I should say. And the zoo will be closed tomorrow as well, but Zoo Lights will be open again tomorrow night.
Well, despite the fantastic pictures, the National Weather Service is calling this storm once in a generation because of the super low temperatures and how widespread it is. The winter weather alerts have been issued to more than 90 million people across the country. Temperatures could be life-threatening in parts of the country, too. It's so cold, in fact, officials are warning salt used in the Midwest won't be enough to melt the roads.
I had ice built up on my wipers. So it's taken a couple of times to clear them off and scrape them.
Visibility isn't great, and then when your car fogs up, it's really not good.
Yeah, you see the radar here. Forecasters say even southern states like Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, states that are not used to anything close to this type of weather, will see wind chills below 0 this week. If you absolutely have to venture out in this weather, make sure to get continuous updates on Denver7.com. We have a live forecast there, radar, and all the stories that you've seen on air to help you prepare for the day ahead, travel suggestions, weatherproofing your home, all of that and more is available also on the free Denver 7 mobile app. Just search Denver 7 in your phone's app store.
Don't be fooled. This Arctic weather is dangerous, life-threatening. Even frostbite is one of the risks. The advice from a medical director to keep yourself safe from the elements.
And the low temperatures might have you worried about your next energy bill. Heating your home